across America, women and moms are standing up for privacy.
Good evening, Council and Mayor. My name is Erin Rosinski. I am a Chandler resident, raising my two young daughters here as well.
In the many years I've been covering the rise of surveillance cameras in communities across Arizona, I'm now seeing a new pattern. Women who don't want the cameras pointed at parks and schools.
Pause any expansion of flock cameras and remove the ones we already have. Because I'm thinking about the kind of city my children are growing up in. They're learning what safety feels like, but they're also learning what trust feels like.
Decision to put cameras in our communal space feels like an incredible violation.
Let's go to Paonia, a small town on Colorado's western slope with fewer than 1,500 residents. Known as Colorado's farm-to-table capital, Paonia is home to high-elevation vineyards, organic orchards, ranches, and a tight-knit community now finding itself in the middle of a national conversation over surveillance technology and privacy.
I love this place. This is my happy place. I spent a decade looking for this place, and it is so just disturbing to me to go downtown and have that camera. Now that I'm very aware that it's there, and go into the park and have a camera watching it. Who's watching it? Where is it being recorded? What's happening to that data? And are children being watched? Right? It just feels insanely violating in this beautiful little community that we have cultivated.
I can't believe we have cameras here. I saw the camera on the pavilion at the town park where my grandson hangs out, where we go and we all are dancing and having a good time.
As a school teacher, I'm at the park. We're there a lot. I love that that's all being monitored. I don't think parents appreciate that. I think that parents want to have their kids play at that park and not feel like someone's watching them.
I don't like that there's an even capacity for a tool like this in our town. I'm concerned about all these cameras, like walking into town hall. I'm concerned about when, after we leave these meetings and that camera that's right up there, is that like got audio on it? Are we being spied on after we come out of the meetings and then we're talking about the meetings? Are they putting the volume up and they can hear us? I mean, that is so creepy. I cannot tell you that here in Paonia, there's 1,450 people here. We all came here to get away from this. This is not appropriate at all. This is guilty until proven innocent. It's an abomination. Seriously, I'm glad that there's a big crowd here today and that this subject is open and on the table. This is not okay. Spying on everyone. We need every living thing needs privacy.
It's like there's a reason to have cameras in the water plant and things that affect our public infrastructure. But then to do a blanket term that we're going to have cameras everywhere and group them in with the same rules doesn't make any sense.
And I really would have appreciated if you had put this out to a vote. If you had asked our community if we want to be surveilled.
What are you doing? You've got a $50,000 toy that is being used by our officials. It just feels like a third eye in that pavilion, you guys. Really, you come up there and you're like, wow, that's not okay. It really isn't okay.
Maybe we misstepped and it's time to take a step back.
Back in Arizona, in a city of more than 250,000 people, many women are raising the very same concerns about surveillance cameras in their communities.
The city of Chandler already has at least 2 flock cameras pointed to children's learning facilities.
At one point during the meeting, the police chief acknowledged he was unaware a camera had reportedly been positioned near an elementary school.
I'm not aware of any at the Galveston school specifically. Again, that would not align with where we put flock cameras, specifically in high vehicle density traffic and on major thoroughfares and intersections.
Later, he clarified the camera had been part of a pilot program and said it was removed during the meeting.
During all the comment sections, we did work through our logistics point. That is a flock camera on Galveston.
Okay. Please go.
Importantly, that was one of the original 14 cameras that was put in as a pilot program in that area to address ongoing crime in the Galveston neighborhood at the previous direction of city manager's office. Okay. That camera has been on a list for about a month with Flock for it to be removed and repurposed. I'm happy to report that since this meeting started, we sent people out there and we've removed that camera from that area.
If there are so many cameras that we don't even know where they are, where they're pointing, or who owns or accesses them, we had the chief up here and didn't know about a camera pointing at an elementary school. We have so many cameras, we don't even know where they're pointing. That is a completely separate issue, but clearly Flock is not going to be helping us with that.
Thank you, Ryan.
Where instead of pointing to the main road, the cameras point into residential neighborhoods. Does this Chandler City Council really want to participate in a mass surveillance network that will create lasting distrust in its constituents?
Is this something that we want to demonstrate as a city, that we need this type of tool to govern ourselves?
I'm here tonight to share my concerns about expanding Flock cameras in our city. I want to start by saying this clearly. I care deeply about public safety. Like everyone else in this room, I want Chandler to remain safe and be a place where people feel secure and supported. What concerns me is the scale and the nature of this technology. Flock cameras don't just capture vehicles tied to crimes. They collect data on everyone. Parents driving their kids to school, families heading to the park, everyday life. Over time, that creates the ability to track patterns of movement without suspicion or consent. That's not incremental, that's a fundamental shift.
Many women speaking out aren't anti-police or anti-technology. They're simply expressing concern about having their location data stored and shared through systems they never knowingly agreed to be part of.
By photographing every passing vehicle, private details about people's lives, such as where they shop, go to the doctor, go to church, attend rallies where people exercise their constitutional rights.
And others are asking city leaders to take a second look at contracts approved years ago, before much of the public understood how these technologies work, how long data can be retained, how widely it can be shared, or how detailed a digital picture of everyday life can become over time.
Be willing to make a different decision as you learn new information. Acknowledge that the climate we're existing in today is very different than the climate we were existing in when these contracts were approved 2 years ago.
I want my children to grow up in a Chandler where safety doesn't come at the cost of being constantly tracked. Tonight, it's not a vote on cameras, it's a decision about trust. We shouldn't have to choose between safety and privacy. Thank you.
From Chandler to Paonia,
I'm really, really not happy about this. Why wasn't it a vote? Why didn't we get asked about this?
and from Paonia to Sedona.
Do we value security over liberty? I believe that was answered in 1776 when the Constitution was formed. It's clearly liberty.
And really, are we as a community truly comfortable with Flock tracking and recording the movements of ordinary people in Flagstaff, even though the vast majority are not connected to a crime?
Women are taking their concerns about surveillance technology directly to town and city leaders across America.
Yeah, my name is Erin. I'm an Arizona voter. The dog and pony show that has been rolled out with the 3 or 4 speakers that went ahead of us, the sheriff couldn't be bothered to stay and see the repercussions of the speech also, which tells me that he doesn't find this very important or that it is a lost cause. It's a foregone conclusion that we're just going to keep it. I do believe about 30 minutes ago, we had another speaker in a blue shirt that said, oh, well, you know, the thing is, we can say all of this, but the license plate readers are here to stay. Okay, then why did you invite us here to talk if they're just here to stay?
Because of this lack of clarity, we are asking City Council to request that the Arizona Attorney General's office render an opinion on this question for the sake of Flagstaff and the other jurisdictions in Arizona.
Residents are demanding transparency and asking how these surveillance camera systems took root with little public notice and often installed without direct approval from elected officials.
What happened here is a commander and a city manager made judgment calls that did not even maybe take into consideration what we all and most of you on the council have questioned, and that is our personal liberties and our privacy.
My concern is about how this kind of information was not shared with the general public and was pushed through by a couple of people and not brought to the public.
We don't know in this new technology. This is new, right? It's happening very quickly. We don't know what we're up against. Boy, this is quite something, isn't it? This is the power of people, citizens paying attention and filing like one Cora request, which brought us all here to understand that we are being surveilled.
Surveilled. It's a word more women, moms, and Americans are beginning to say out loud as communities wrestle with what privacy, freedom, and public trust will look like in the years ahead.